Good morning and a happy Friday. What is going on with everybody? Hopefully, everybody has had an awesome week. Let me just log into my work computer on the side over here. I got up extra early, logged into all my apps, all my uh, docs and everything for my job. So as soon as I finish this live, I can go ahead and clock in. But yes, good morning, happy Friday, happy weekend. The weekend is almost here, the first weekend of November. And for a lot of people, this month is recognized and has been for a while recognized as cuffing season. So we're going to discuss a little bit of that. I'm going to give just a little time for the little people to roll on in here. And of course, as usual, make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Let me just stir my coffee real quick. I got me a nice, fresh, piping hot cup of coffee. Ooh, it's so hot. Mm. Try not to slurp on you guys. Let me shut my door because I know my son. He'll be walking through in a minute. I think he has to be at work at 7. But yes, do y'all see the title of the show that we're going to be discussing this morning? The reason for the topic of discussion this morning, again, as most of us know, oh shoot, reaching for something across my desk. As most of us know, this month is uh kind of certifiably not certified, but as cuffing season. That's when it starts, like late October, November. Um, I don't know the exact date that cuffing season starts and when it ends, but it is during the colder months of the year when it ends, around the holidays. I mean, where it begins around the holiday season. So I want to know how you guys feel about that, when we're dealing with the pandemic. And there is an article. I came across this article, and the article is titled "The Pandemic Has Killed Cuffing Season as More People Are More Comfortable Being Alone." So they're saying that cuffing season is now nuffing season. Like cuffing, CUFF, nothing, NUFF. And I found it kind of funny because I know last year when the pandemic was at its worst, and cuffing season was coming around, it was all kind of memes going up, all kind of people blogging and making fun of the cuffing season and how last year when the pandemic was at its worst or when it began and nobody knew what to expect, how long it was gonna last. We was all scared, terrified to date, scared to go outside. And so last holiday season or last winter season, a lot of people held back from dating. They were like, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't traveling. I don't want nobody in my bubble, because we trying to be safe last year. So has that changed for you guys who are single and who are out there, ready to mingle? I mean, this topic is more for people who are single or interested in dating, but of course, married people can chime in too, or people in committed relationships can chime in too. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on that because I found the article kind of interesting, and I'm gonna just read a little bit from the article that I found. Let me pull it back up over here. Okay, again, the article that I found is titled "The Pandemic Has Killed Cuffing Season as People Are More Comfortable Being Alone." Are you more comfortable being alone? Like I heard. I don't know how many of you guys watched The Breakfast Club, but Charlemagne the God and they had on oh, they had T.S. Madison on their show the other day. And Charlemagne the God was the one who brought it up because this is like what we call cuffing season going on right now. And he had mentioned an article he saw. So I looked up the article and I came across it. And they're basically saying that we're at the time of the year known as cuffing season, where singles will partner up for the winter so they can have someone to cozy up next to, during the cold winter months, only to immediately dump them when hot girl summers roll around. And that is how it generally works, right? Shoot, sometimes they don't last till hot girl summer. Sometimes they don't even survive past Valentine's Day, because a lot of people uh around Valentine's Day, a lot of people get dumped around that time because they don't want to spend no money on nobody. But for me, I'm like, okay, if you start messing around in cuffing season, there's a big holiday before that called Christmas. So, do you not get anything for Christmas either if you're just cuffing? Do you not get anything for Valentine's Day? You know, I don't know. I don't know. The times that I have been in relationships around those seasons, it was generally a committed relationship, so we like exchange gifts or whatnot. But anywho, for those of you guys who are single out there, please let me know. I'll drop the link to the article in the comment section or in the description box after the show, because I definitely want you guys to read this article and let me know what you think as far as, is it cuffing season for you or is it nothing season for you? Are you still where we was, like your mindset last year during this time with the pandemic kicking off real tough, where you like, I don't want to be with nobody, I want to be alone? They saying a lot of people basically have learned to be happier alone. Like, I guess under normal conditions without a pandemic going on, there are a lot of people who still don't mind being by themselves. A lot of people prefer to be by themselves. A lot of people prefer to live by themselves. And I'm on that level. Like T.S. Madison said on that interview the other day with Charlamagne the God, on the Breakfast Club. She's like, I don't mind dating and all that, but I want them to have their own spot. And I want me to have my own spot. And that's how I feel. I was talking to my son, my youngest son, the one who still lives at home and goes to college. I was talking to him the other day because we've been looking online for houses, because I'm still in the market for buying. I'm just not in the market to be kicking out 2, 3 times the amount that some of these sellers want because it's seller season. So I just keep, randomly looking every few days at houses for sale. And I've seen a few houses with like some mother-in-law suites. You know what those are. They have, it's like either a wing of the house or the basement section of the house or the upstairs section of the house that's set up like a whole apartment away from the house. It has its own entrance, its own kitchen, stove, fridge, dishwasher, cabinets, dining room, living room, bathroom. It's a whole nother apartment basically. So again, I'm sure a few of you know what those are. They call them mother-in-law suites. So some of the houses I've been looking at that are for sale, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. And I found one that has like a really nice mother-in-law suite in the basement, or AKA a separate apartment, separate entrance. And in the description of the house, and the house is beautiful, by the way. And in the description of the house, it said the last owner rented out the basement for like $800 or something like that. And I had told my son, I'm like, well, I know eventually one day, the oldest one, he already moved out, moved on, he got his family and everything. I see them like once a week. They don't stay too far away. Like, it's not even what, 10 minutes away. But so the youngest one, I'm like, I know eventually once you graduate college as well, you're gonna want to move out eventually. And I'm like, if I buy a house with a mother-in-law suite, you can like have your own space, like your own crib downstairs, and I'll still charge you rent, after you graduate and get on your feet, I'll charge you rent. And he was like, well, how much would you charge me? And I was like, well, you are my son, and they said the last owner rented it out for 8. I was like, well, I still have to pay the utilities on it if you don't pay that much. So I said, I'll probably rent it out to you for 5. I'm like, you can't even get decent apartments, like 2 bedroom, bathroom, none of that for $500 hardly anywhere. That's really nice and up to date, kept up. So I told him about 500, no more than 6, 5 or 6. And I think that's a reasonable price. And he was like, well, I don't know. After I graduate, me and my girlfriend, we might move in together. Da, 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 da. I'm like, what is wrong with children today? Like, I don't know. When I was growing up, the thing used to be, I can't wait to move out to have my own spot. Like, you be under your parents' thumb till you're 18, 19, 20, whenever you move out. And then to immediately move in with someone else, like, Nope, nope, nope. That experience of having your own spot, your own apartment, I don't know, it's something about that. So when kids say, when I get older, I'm gonna move in with my girlfriend or I'm gonna move in with my boyfriend, I'm like, you don't get that experience of living in your own spot, your own pad, making your own rules, not answering to nobody. If you want to leave your dishes in the sink, if you don't want to put the toilet seat down, if you don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's how it was when I was growing up. I always wanted to have my own spot, and I did that. Now, I done told the story before. When I first moved out when I was younger, um, when I first moved out, well, when I was around graduation time, I was like here and there, staying with friends that I'm still friends with to this day. Like, some friends' parents, have let me stay with them, and I was just having issues at home, and I moved out like, I don't know, 6, 8 months before graduation. I still went to school every day. I graduated on time with my class. Um, went to graduation, prom, all that, but I was staying here and there with different friends, different family members, aunties, whatever, because I was having issues at home. But once I really got on my feet and was able to get my own spot, I didn't want to stay with no dude. Good morning, Miss Cruiser. Good morning. Happy Friday. But yeah, when I first moved out on my own, I did not want to stay with anybody. I wanted to experience, because I had lived under my mother's strict, really strict, religious, holy rolling, foot stomping, speaking of tongues, strict rules for, most of my life. Then I was here and there bouncing around different spots, on couches, on beds, on floors, wherever I could. And so once I got my own spot, I mean, I just cherished it. I just cherished it. And I didn't actually like really understand, what it was like to be all alone by myself in my own crib until that point. So that's why I'm like, kids today, they just be moving out right from their mama house with a girlfriend, boyfriend, and then wonder why in 2 years or so they got a kid, but they ain't together. Or they just ain't together anymore. They can't stand each other. They move on. I'm like, give your time to grow up, be alone, figure out who you are in real life, away from your parents' house, figure out the real you. But as far as cuffing season goes, even if I was dating during the pandemic, I still would prefer for them to have their own crib and I have mine. And Miss Cruiser said it's getting cold, time to cuff up. Yes, yes. For a lot of people, it is cuffing season, and it's time to get cuffed up, booed up, cuffed up. Ooh, let me get a drink of my coffee. Ooh. Oh, this coffee is so good. Uh, uh, uh. But again, referring back to the article that's titled "The Pandemic Has Killed Cuffing Season as People Are More Comfortable Being Alone." Are you more comfortable being alone? That is my question for you guys. Are you still trying to date? Are you still trying to meet new people, even though it's a pandemic going on around, out there? Um, they're saying that experts are claiming that cuffing season has become another unfortunate victim of the pandemic as people learn to enjoy their single life and won't need to rely on a partner to settle down with for the winters. And they said this new approach to dating is being referred to as nuffing season instead of cuffing season. I would have never thought of that title, nuffing season. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nick Nat. Good morning. Now, Miss Cruiser, I don't know your status as far as dating, married, single. You don't have to say it either. That's personal. But Nick Nack, I hope you don't mind me mentioning that. I know you are married, so I know the cuffing or nothing season probably don't pertain to you. But if you know people who it does, excuse me, ask them. Excuse me, I had to get that sneeze out. But ask them if you got some single friends, people who are single. Ask them. Ask them how they feel. Are y'all in the cuffing season or the nothing? Are you dating or are you still like on hold just like people were last year when the pandemic first kicked off? Didn't nobody want to be under nobody last year? Do y'all remember last year people were joking talking about I don't want no pandemic D, I don't want no pandemic P. You said I'm finally an empty nester after 25 years of marriage and raising three children. I'm over. You said I'm over living alone. Over it. I will be an empty nester. Wow, I got some time. I got some time. My son is a junior. He's a junior in college. So I do have some time before he graduates, and he says he wants to graduate. He's a junior in college. He wants to graduate and then find himself a good job, get started on his career before he moves out. You said you've been living alone around 3 years now. Enjoyed it for 2 years, but I'm over it. I hear you, Miss Cruiser. I'm at that point too, but see, I don't know. I have like this thing with. I know some people they don't really have a big thing with having men or women around their children, even if their children are older. I just have this thing. I never wanted to like just date him, different people. Why? Before I had kids, that was all cool. That was fun. Sowing your wild oats, as they would say for men. Hey, women do it too. We are not going to deny that. And call it what you want for both parties, male or female. But that's what people do when they're young. They have fun, enjoy life, date. But now that my youngest one is 20, I'm just like, I feel you on that, Miss Cruiser. But I enjoy the cuffing. But I want to sometimes cuff myself with my pillow and my own covers. I don't want, like I was telling my son when I said I might buy a house with a mother in law suite. You can be downstairs. You can have the separate apartment, your own bathroom, your own laundry room. Instead of just moving right away in with someone, because most people do that. Some people don't want to live with someone, but they do it for financial reasons. And that is like the worst reason to move in with the opposite sex. At least I feel like it is. Nikki said 2020 made people get comfortable being alone. Yeah, it did. Yep, it did. It really did. And that's what this article was pointing out. You said I'm going to ask my singles what they have. That's what I'm going to do too. I'm going to ask my other friends who might be single, ready to be go. Okay, Miss Cruiser said my two daughters are college students, but they live in year-round campus apartments, so they rarely come home overnight. My oldest son, he was away at campus when he was in college. The youngest one, he stays at home. And that was of course for financial reasons. My first son who went to college, oh god, it was very expensive. He was out of town on campus, but it was still very expensive with me, even with him having some scholarship. That driving back and forth, sending him all kind of care packages, clothes, shoes, coats, all throughout the year. It was like the scholarships they covered like the bare necessities basically, and then we still have to take out a little loan to cover some of the room and board. So the second one, I was like, child, unless you get full ride everything, you gotta stay at home. So that's what he did, but he's a junior now. So again, he has like a year or so left. But as far as the mother-in-law suite that I'm thinking of buying, I'm like, if you don't want to move in with some people, like some people are doing for financial reasons, just rent out my mother-in-law suite. I'll give you a discount because you are my child. Because I really do believe that kids who grow up with their parents, especially with strict parents like I did, you need to experience living alone, paying your own bills, cleaning your own house, taking out your own trash. You know, I don't like when younger people feel like they have to be forced to live with someone just because they don't want to stay at home. Now, some people they still have good relationships with their parents. Where some people like I ain't ever moving out. My mama gonna have to put me out. I like staying at home. Yeah, they strict, but you know the older you get, the more lax parents get as well. I've done that with my kids. Like this ain't your house. You can't come and go all through the night. At least tell me where you going when you coming home because stuff happens. Kids, grown ups get killed and murdered and kidnapped every day. So even if you are 20, 21, 22, um, all I ask is when you walk out that door, Mom, I'm going to my homeboy house. Mom, I'm going to the mall. Mom, I'm going to kick it with my girlfriend. Somebody should always know or have some type of idea where you're heading or who you're going to be with. That's how I feel when it comes to kids who still at home. Then he said He may change his mind when the time gets closer. Yeah, he might. He might. He might. Because you know how kids are. They want to do their own thing. They already think we don't know what the hell we talking about till they turn 30 or 40 with their own kids. Then they look back like, oh, damn, mama, daddy, you was right all along. Oh, my God. Now I got these two hard-headed little kids running around here, and I'm, ooh. Uh-huh. But yeah, you said my youngest son said he is never moving out. He gonna work, pay bills, and follow the rules. See, my son, I have rules. Both of mine, the oldest one moved out a few years ago. Got his baby, and all that, his family. But yeah, I got rules. You still like last night, take out the trash. Today's trash day, take out the trash. If I cook, you wash dishes. If as far as the bathroom, we take turns cleaning the bathroom. Vacuuming, we vacuum, either me or him. Like we take turns. I don't make my kids do everything. Now, when they were younger, yeah, it's y'all a tag team. So yeah, y'all together go do more chores than just me. And I'm working 2, 3 jobs, paying all the bills, paying for y'all expensive sport equipment, y'all expensive uh shoes and all kind of other stuff. And oh my God, they was on elite teams, basketball, football. They play sports all year round. Shoot, I was spending the grip, as we used to say, the grip on them. And then $6 to go to each game. And when you got several kids, that could be 5, 6 games a week. $6 each. I mean, shoot, it can be rare. And don't let's not talk about the tournaments. $12, $15 per game, and they might have 3, 4, 5, 6 games over one weekend. Kids are expensive, especially when they play in sports. You said your son is 27 and he's the one that's strict. I would have no freedom if he lived with me. You know what? Between my two sons, one was more strict with me than the other when it comes to dating. I have to say that. One of them will be like, ain't no, I don't need no other daddy. Da, 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 da. And the other one, well, he better have a good job. And he better buy us the same stuff that you buy us. And because I could use a new pair of LeBrons right now, or Christmas time coming up. The one was always focused on you work hard, he better work his harder. He better be ready to take care of everybody in the house. And the other son was like, we don't need him. We got this. We don't need no man. Oh, that was too funny. But yeah, y'all people who married, ask your single friends, are they cuffing or they nuffing this season? And anybody who comes in after the show, let me know in the comment section how you feel about the cuffing season. Are you cuffing or are you nuffing this season because of the pandemic? Last year, I know a lot of us was having a nothing season because we was scared to be around anyone, especially, that was before people was like, okay, I take the doggone shot. Golly, give it to me. That's funny you say that, Nikki, because I had joked with my I can't even remember which kid it was. I think it was the youngest kid. I had joked with him maybe a month or so ago and said I want an RV so I could just travel around the world after the last kid is out the house. And that would be fun. But then, like right around that time, I watched this scary thriller movie, and it was an RV park where these murders was taking place. And I watched too many scary movies. Trust me, I love scary movies, but still, like The Hills Have Eyes. When my oldest son was away at college, the route to his school reminded me of The Hills Have Eyes. It was like this desolate town. The only thing popping in the town was the college. They had a Walmart, a gas station, a police station. I mean, it was a small town where my son's college was. And the whole trip, like once you get out of Omaha, Council Bluffs, it ain't nothing but hills and winding hills and scary looking hills. And oh my God, the little houses look like little house on the prairie houses. Like you just blow and the wind will knock them down. Cars on bricks. I mean, it looked like I don't know. It was scary. And at nighttime, I was like, oh my God, like dropping him off late at night and driving back by myself. It was the scariest thing. Oh my God. You said I ain't cuffing nothing, but I'm dating. Hey, Al, get your date on. Get your boogie on. Al, I ain't dating right now. Maybe around Easter. But y'all, I'm about to get over here. I'm about to clock in and get on this little clockety clock. I got a long day ahead. I don't know how long I'm gonna work today. Yesterday I worked 11 hours. The day before that I worked 11 hours. The day before that I worked 10 hours. Uh, I do have a show tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Friday Night Live. You know where it jumps off on the hood table every Friday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And we discuss everything from the hood to the White House and beyond. No topics off limit, no holds barred. You can bring literally any topic to the table. We have the StreamYard where 10 people can get on the StreamYard. Nikki, she be with us a lot. Nikki in the chat right now, she be with us a lot on Fridays. And she know how we get down. Oh God, we be just having fun. It be a ball. We be cutting up. And I was just looking at some comments. Oh, somebody left me a comment. I was live last night because I was telling y'all that I had already started decorating my house for Christmas right after Halloween. The tree is up, the tree is lit at night. All the rest of the lights around the house, living room, kitchen, dining room, outside, in the windows, those lights aren't on yet, but the tree is on every night. I'm just in the spirit. And I had told y'all I was going to start decorating right after Halloween. And on top of that, I wanted to just get a head start. But yeah, somebody had just told me on Facebook that they start like the week before Thanksgiving. Or that's when they're going to start. But yeah, if anybody else has started decorating for the holiday already, like me, like if you in the mood, uh, let me know. Have a great day, Miss Cruiser. Yes, see you tonight, Nikki. You know what's going down. I'm gonna have my little drink. Have my little cup of something. Maybe a little apple cider. I don't know. And we just gonna cut up. I got like probably 5 or 6 topics for like trending news that I want to discuss. And then of course, you know, it's no topic off limit, no host bar, so anybody can bring a topic to the table tonight, or just join us in the fun, you know, the stuff that we'll be talking about. So yeah, meet us here 9 o'clock p.m. tonight. And on that note, everybody, stay safe, be blessed, and if you cuff it or if you nothing, again, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend. See you here tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. for our Friday Night Live show, and I'm out. Bye.